What's up, guys? Welcome back to What Cheers. I'm Nick.
I'm Jared.
And tonight we're going to be taking a look at a very interesting beer. I was browsing Beer Advocate a little bit ago, and I started looking at a thread that had to do with peanut butter beers. And I just thought it was a very interesting style that could really be awesome or be really horrible, I thought. And to be honest with you, I still don't know. The verdict is out.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for today, because basically the consensus I got from this thread I was reading was that the best peanut butter flavored beer you can get your hands on in a growler and take home is from Willoughby. This is from Willoughby Brewing Company out of Willoughby, Ohio, and this is their Peanut Butter Cup Coffee Porter. This is the one that came up time and time again in the thread that people were like, this is the one, this is delicious, so I figured if we're going to try it, let's get a good one. And it just so happens that a regular trading partner of mine, John, I believe, John, yes, thank you for getting this for us. He lives 20 minutes away from Willoughby, so I asked him to go over and pick it up for us.
So not too hard for him to get.
Not too hard for him to get, and so he went over there and got this for us, sent it out. So it's about 2 weeks old, probably, between shipping and waiting.
Pretty fresh. This is draft only for them. Most of their beers are draft only, if not all of them, right?
As far as I know, they're all draft only. I don't think they bottle. I think they're really small, but I don't know much about them.
So draft only, about 5.5% alcohol, 30 IBUs. I mean, just a very easy
very light
beer.
Very light, and apparently it has a lot of flavor packed into it.
Yeah, from what they said, they start off with a robust porter. That's the base style.
Yep.
And then they infuse it with local coffee.
Yep.
As well as a peanut butter and chocolate flavoring. So
now, I don't know if they actually melt it down or what they do. They don't really say if they create if it's not artificial, I don't think, but who knows.
We'll see.
But anyways, it's supposed to be delicious. I can't wait to get into it. So this is pretty black.
Pretty dark.
Yeah, I mean, when you were pouring it, it kind of, you could see through it a little bit when you're pouring it, but I can see my reflection in this. It's pretty much pitch black.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a little tiny bit of brown around the edges, but
not much.
Guys, it's pitch black. There was a little bit of a tan
thin head, a little bit more than you see now, but tan.
Not much else to say. I mean, it kind of just looks like a stout.
Yeah, stout.
It just looks like a stout.
Yeah.
I mean, it's blacker than I thought it would be. I thought it would be brown, but I'm a little bit worried about the temperature of this, but I think we can probably get some aromas out of it right now.
You ready to give it a smell?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
All right.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That is. I think it's really overly cold right now, but
the first thing I smelled when I took a sip of it, or not, sorry, when I did take a sip, when I took a sniff of it.
Sniff of it, yeah.
It was like, wow, that's a very unique flavor. Not something I've picked up before, and it's got to be the peanut butter.
Yeah,
you know?
It's got to be the peanut butter. There's definitely this. I don't know if to say milk chocolate.
Well, the more I smell it, the initial burst was peanut butter, and then
peanut butter. Yep.
I smell the coffee comes through.
Yeah,
very
getting
strong.
a lot of dark roasted, fresh coffee. The peanut butter's already starting to come out more. It kind of smells like a peanut butter cup with a coffee peanut butter cup. I mean, that's what it is. It smells exactly like it. Actually matches what they're calling it so far.
It was such an odd aroma because
it's just something we've never smelled.
Coffee and peanut butter aren't flavors you mix too often. Yeah. Chocolate and peanut butter, but
it really does just live up to the name so far.
God.
As it's warming up in the glass here, as we're smelling it, it is just exceptional.
The more I'm smelling this, the more and more I'm getting excited about this.
All right, I'm dying to dive in. I mean, it basically, guys, it smells like what they're calling it. So let's see if it tastes like that.
Chocolate, peanut butter, roasted malt, coffee comes on strong.
Definitely.
It sounds great. I mean,
it smells great.
Cheers.
I think I picked a good one here. Cheers.
That is crazy. The coffee is what comes through the strongest for me on the aroma.
Wow, that is really something different, isn't it?
The peanut butter that comes through, but it reminds me of which this man.
I can't believe how much flavor's in that for 5.5%. I'm actually getting a lot of coffee. Obviously, this is fresh growler, like we said, but there's layers to this beer. I'm getting coffee, followed up by the chocolate in the middle of the mouth. Finishes with this really like a peanut butter cup.
The first thing it reminded me of was I got the coffee and it reminded me of like a coffee, like a frozen coffee, like a coffee culotta or something from Dunkin' Donuts. Like that kind of creamy coffee, sweet drink. And then the more I'm taking a sip of it, the more it lingers. I think about it for a minute. It reminds me like to the T of like peanut butter chocolate ice cream.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's really complex actually. I mean, what a feat for them to create a beer that's this low alcohol but this much flavor.
This is crazy.
I mean,
wow.
It's sessionable. I mean, it's almost like you could just down this.
The biggest concern for me is like peanut butter beer. Okay, not something I've tasted in beer before.
What's that going to be?
What's it going to be like? I mean, I'm sure it's great, but I mean, it's definitely going to be unique. Nothing like anything else, and it's killer. It knocks it out of the park.
Nice carbonation of this one. Definitely kind of cleans the palate. It's not sticky sweet. It's definitely more on the roasty kind of bitter finish, but that peanut butter lingers, and I think that is really nice. But not overly sweet, which I kind of expected. And this kind of beer, I didn't want that. I wanted it to kind of have just all the elements of the flavors that they said it was, and that kind of finished nicely and nice and clean. But what you're left with after you swallow it on the tongue, bitter,
it's crazy,
like dark
right?
roasted coffee and peanut butter.
I mean, malt up front.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the coffee up front. Then the peanut butter comes in. The chocolate's really deep in the background, but it blends so well. It kind of ties everything together.
And it's drinkable.
That's the biggest thing. I mean,
it's flavorful and drinkable.
You think, all right, a coffee, a chocolate, and a peanut butter beer. The flavor's gonna be so overwhelming that all right, I'll maybe have a glass of it, a little glass, and I'll be done with it. And I could drink this nonstop.
Yeah, the balance of it is perfect.
It's crazy.
They got a winner here. This is definitely a winner.
Wow.
Very excited to get to try this style.
Me too. I mean, obviously not something you see every day at all.
Yeah, and the fact that they're selling this in growlers is kind of crazy too.
It makes sense though now.
It does.
My initial thought would be getting this in a growler. I don't know if I could drink a whole growler of that.
Right, and it's delicious and it's drinkable.
I could drink a whole growler of that.
But yeah, I mean, like we said, guys, just to reiterate, I mean, it matches the name. I mean, it's easy to drink, well carbonated, light to maybe medium mouthfeel, but pretty light mouthfeel on this one. Pretty thin. If it was thicker, it might come across more like a stout.
Right.
But
overall, I mean,
coffee, chocolate, peanut butter.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
There's no way around it.
Yep.
So, as far as ratings go,
Beer
Advocate gave this one a 94. Rate Beer gave this a 99. What are you thinking?
Well, so obviously people are a fan of this beer, and I, as you can tell, we are too. I'm glad that the ratings matched what this beer really deserves. It's hard to rate this one because it's such a different beer, isn't it? It's such a different style. I want to go really high with this one because I think it's such an exceptional feat for a brewery like them to put something out that's this complex for what it is. I'm gonna go. I'm going 96 on this one.
96?
I'm going 96. This is really freaking good.
Yeah?
It's really good.
All right.
I love its drinkability. I love the flavors. I love that it's just well crafted. I think it's not probably an easy style, or people might think it's a gimmick, and it's not. This particular brewery did not make it a gimmick beer.
Not at all.
So 90, what did I say, 96, 97, 96?
96. You want to give it a 97?
Do 96.
96, all right.
It's high enough.
For me personally, this is a tough one for me. I mean, it's so, like you said, it's so damn good.
You got to think of it, it's a porter, again.
It's a porter.
You have to go back to that because it's such a different kind of element.
For me, I'm probably going to give this one a 95. Like you said, it was great. It's sessionable. It's drinkable. The flavor's not overwhelming.
Nope.
It's something I could drink multiple glasses of or multiple bottles of. But for me personally, I can't give it higher because it's not something I'm going to be drinking all the time. It's not something I want every.
It's a specialty beer.
Exactly.
It's a specialty beer, and that's what it should. It's meant to be.
It's killer,
probably.
Man.
And one more thing before we go, guys. I think it's probably going to get better as it warms up, and I think it already is. So, if you can get your hands on this, if you're in Ohio, I highly recommend it, especially if you're in Ohio. Yeah. But obviously, you can trade for it. My trading buddy sent me this, and it made it here safe and sound. So, Willoughby Peanut Butter Cup Coffee Porter. Does that not sound good or what? So let us know if you've had this and get yourself one.
Cheers.
See you next time, guys. Cheers.